It's meat harvesting day for the meat chickens. Wasn't quite sure how I would feel about this process since we've never done this before. But I'm kind of excited. I think it's neat to see like where your meat comes from, raise them, know that you've given them a great life, and know that we're going to do this humanely and as quick as possible, and then to have fresh meat in our freezer is super exciting. I've never had homegrown chicken, so we'll see what it tastes like. Super excited to make like bone broth and all that kind of stuff. We've kind of had a lot of death around here the last few weeks, so I guess I'm kind of like starting to get used to it. We got 4 lambs a couple weeks ago, and one that we got was kind of floppy as soon as we got him, and we tried to nurse him back to health for like 5 days, and he didn't end up making it. And then we had just a total fluke thing happen yesterday. Our best lamb, she was the healthiest one, filled out nice, way bigger than the others. She had bloat overnight and ended up dying yesterday morning. So that was super sad. I'm still kind of sad about that one because she was kind of my favorite. But I guess that's just a part of being on a homestead and raising your own meat. So I'm excited to document this today and see how the whole process goes. Processing station. Out by our woodshed. Little redneck, but it'll work. But I just wanted to kind of share our last week. I didn't really catch up. Our chicken processing day was absolutely insane. I wanted to take more videos and show more things, but it got super crazy, and you just kind of get in a mode. It was super fun to have fresh meat. And then we have 25 more up-and-coming meat chickens. But we had a situation this week. It's been quite the week here on the homestead. Something got one of our little meters. Maybe it was our cat. We've also had a skunk around here, so it could have been a skunk too. Not quite sure, but that was kind of a bummer because now we have one less, and it's just, you kind of get in a mode that you're like relying on that meat, and then that happened, and it's like, well, that's one less week of food that we have, but it's part of the homesteading process. But I wanted to share what happened the other night. It was super crazy. So the other night, we have this lamb that he's just been really skinny. He's been smaller than the rest of the others, and he's just had little issues here and there. We've just kind of babied him along. Well, he got severely bloated the other night, and I was very convinced we were going to lose him. I just thought, like, there's no way that he is going to survive. And so Dad started reading. I mean, we're totally newbies to this. We have no idea what we're doing. We're literally learning as we go. Like, when we got them, you know, I read up a little bit just so that I knew, like, before we got them. But when we got them, I mean, it's basically just on-the-job training. Like, we have no idea what we're doing. So I have a good friend that I've been asking different questions, and so that's been helpful. Friends that have had lambs before, so I've been able to ask them a lot of different questions. But he got super bloated, so what we did was, I have a homeopath for like bloat, and I put it in a syringe, gave it to him, and nothing happened. So usually with homeopaths, if it doesn't work, you need to change up to the next one. But I didn't really have a backup plan for another homeopath, so we moved on, and we started using essential oils. So I rubbed peppermint on his belly, I rubbed copaib on his belly, I rubbed digize on his belly. We gave him digize in a syringe with olive oil. Then we also gave him coconut oil, and we just decided to just rub his belly the whole time. So we also, we're just like rubbing his belly, and at one point he he kept laying down and he's just thrashing. Like, you can tell he's just so uncomfortable, and we're just trying to make him, comfortable the best that we can. And so he would like go in the shed, he would lay down, he would start thrashing, he would get back up, he'd walk around, because it's like he knew he needed to keep walking, because it typically will relieve it, but most of the time they just lay down, and they end up dying because they just get so severely bloated. So he ends up getting up and he walks around, but you can tell he's just not himself, super droopy. And then he lays down at one point in the pasture, and I just was like, we're done. There's no way. Like, he is totally dying. Which now we're just down to those two. So we thought, if he dies, like, what are we going to do with the other one? Because lambs can't. They have to be in pairs at least. They're herd animals. So we had no idea what we were going to do. We started discussing, like, what in the world we're going to do. And we keep treating him with oils, like every 30 minutes or every hour. And we do the last bottle feeding at 11 for the one that was just fine. And basically we're just like, we're not going to see him in the morning. There is no way. Dad goes out to the 6 a.m. feeding, and he gets up. And he's fine. Like, his belly is totally normal. Everything is fine. I was just like, I got up later and I'm like talking to Mom, like, so what's the situation? She's like, they're both alive and they're both fine. So a little lammy miracle here on the homestead. Totally crazy. I just can't believe that he made it, but that's the power of natural remedies and essential oils. Not saying that they're still, they're not immune to anything. Anything can still happen. But we just try to be super proactive, and it was just a testimony, like, just totally crazy. I can't even believe it. So I had to document this because it's just been insane, and it's just super cool to see and hear the whole process of our summer. So that's the update of the week.